our understanding is that God is one, but He has many names. And I think you pointed out, just like we have, three names. You have your first name, you have your last name, you have your middle name. And if I call you by your first name, you respond. If I call you by your last name, you respond. If I call you by your middle name, you respond. So if we can have three names, or maybe even four or five, like a pet name or something, or parents may call us by some name. And certainly God is a person. He can have as many unlimited names. And that's the idea that He does have unlimited names. In every spiritual tradition, they call God by a different name, but they're addressed in the same God. It's like the sun. There's only one sun. But in different parts of the world, they address the sun by different names. Like in Spain, they say La Soleil. In France, they say El Sol. And in France, they say La Soleil. And in South Africa, where I spend a lot of time, the Zulus, they see the sun, they say Apula Pula. And we say sun. So we're talking about a French sun, and a Spanish sun, and an African sun, an English sun. It's one sun, with different names. And the understanding is that God, being absolute, is actually present in the sound of His name. Like in the Bible it says, "Hallowed be Thy name, Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven." We don't take the name of God in vain. This is not some ordinary name. It's absolute. It represents Him. Even more than that, He's actually present in the sound of His name. In the Bible, it also says that from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun, God's name is to be praised. And we see what happens when we sing that name. If I sing Tom or Sue or Mary here, not much will happen. Probably the person's name who was singing will become happy because we're singing his name or something. But everyone becomes happy when we sing any particular name of God. I've seen it all over the world. Because He's present in His name. And the thing about God is that He's all present. I think you've heard that over and over here the last few hours. We tend to think of God as strong and powerful and vindictive sometimes, but actually our understanding is He's the most beautiful person, the most attractive person, the most benevolent person. He's very attractive and He's very happy. We call it bliss. He's always blissful. So it's logical. It stands to reason if you sing His name and He's present in His name, you're going to become happy too. And that's very much part of our process. It's our way of coming close to God. Because it's very far away. He's in the spiritual world. But by His mercy, He's also very close. It's hard to think of anyone else like that. He's very far away, but they're very close at the same time. Hello? How can you be far away and close at the same time? But God can be very far away, but because we're hankering to be with Him, He can be very close as well. His closeness is there in the sound of His name. So, in your church you sing and you feel happy because you're coming close. In the Hare Krishna movement, the Fallen tradition from India, we sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We become very happy. We do it in two ways. You may have wondered what these little bags are. What is it carrying around? These we keep our meditation beads, like our prayer beads. And every day, everyone who's baptized in our movement, we sing these names of God in our beads and we chant them softly. We take one bead with our middle finger and our thumb, we sit like this for about an hour and a half. Very softly, we say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then we move to the next beat. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. All the way through. Someone said, 2 hours chanting Hare Krishna on this beast, don't you get bored? No. This is not like singing some ordinary thing, sing Coca-Cola. Even you take your favorite group, come out with a new CD, and I don't know the groups these days, but you know what I mean. And they come out with a new CD, so there's some song you really like. So you just really attach it, you just want to play it over and over and over, but after a few days, after a couple of weeks, after a month, you get tired. You'll put it on sometime later, but eventually the attraction remains and goes away because it's a material song. But this chanting So we do it for 2 hours a day. And sometimes we go on the streets, and we sing Hare Krishna also, maybe some of us sing on the streets. But we come here every morning at 4:30 in the morning, and we sing Hare Krishna. We come again around noon, and then we come again in the evening, and we sing Hare Krishna. Sound has great potency. Even if you just turn on your radio, and you're turning the dial, or you're moving through the different stations, you come across the blues. You just hear that music, you start feeling sad. Somebody singing, "She left me, she never came back, she left me too." Just the sound vibration changes your consciousness. Then you go a little bit further, and there's a happy song, and then you go happy. It's just sound. The sound is affecting your consciousness so much. When you turn a little bit further, you come to some, there's a news broadcast or something, and there's some politics or something, or the environment, and you become angry. You've gone through 3 different moods in 20 seconds just by sound. Sound has a great ability to affect our consciousness, our emotions, and our feelings. So if that's true materially, how powerful is the spiritual sound? Spiritual sound can actually unleash the happiness of the soul coming close to God. So we're coming close to the fish, we're going to eat pretty soon, but we'd like you to have that experience when you're here today. And you're coming in observing. We'd like you to go back to a little experience. So I'm going to play this musical instrument here. This is called harmonium. It's a little organ that you pump by the hand like that. And hopefully we have someone who's going to play the drum. We have these little hand cymbals as well. And we're going to sing the song called mantra. It's more like a prayer, like a mantra. And I'll sing it, and then you can repeat it and see how you feel. Well, I can't do that because it's Indian, it's another faith. No. It's just a different way of addressing the same person in the worship. It's just calling it by a different name. And you can experience it. It's so blissful that sometimes what happens is the participants like to dance. So if it gets going and you feel happy, you want to dance, just get up. You can dance just very freely, moving like this. So the soul becomes liberated from the confines of this body and this world, and starts going back to the spiritual sky. Now she's going to be very happy. So let's see what happens. First up,